This is a Saturday Morning TVLog from Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. Welcome to another Saturday Morning TVLog, and this time around it's the new Archies, brought to us by Dee. Greetings, my fellow YouTubers. I'm Doyle, the Big D to you. This is Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. So this week's Saturday Morning TVLog is a continuation of what I've just recently revisited, but in a new way. The new Archies. This is the first series to be produced by Deke. Just about a decade after Filmation had no longer had the rights, even though they were still around at the time. But soon they weren't, but that's another story. Anyway, the series is a brand new retelling of everyone's favorite freckle-faced redhead dude and his friends from a little town called Riverdale, but this time as preteens in junior high. Originally premiering on NBC in September of 1987, this series I thought was pretty cool. Now, unfortunately, I never did get to watch this as a kid, but I did catch some clips and a little bit of shots from it when it was rerun. Now then, now in each episode, the new Archies, Archie and the gang would always get into some of their fun-filled antics and what have you, just like they would in the comic books or even the classic series. Now, this wasn't the first time we would see the Archie young and what have you. If you recall in the Funhouse segment from the Archie Sabrina Comedy Hour in 1969 from Filmation, they actually did feature a segment with Archie and his friends as kids, which was kind of spun up from the little Archie comic book series. Well, this is kind of a new series, and of course, as I said already, focuses on the gang as preteens attending junior high, and giving it a more current 80s vibe to it, as a matter of fact. Of course, it's based on the Archie comic series of the same name by John L. Goldwire, who unfortunately was the only person who was credited. The other people worked on it, Vic Bloom and Bob Montana, were not credited for some reason. Now, the series proves to be just as fun in my view. There may not be no musical segments, though, just two fun-filled misadventures and what have you. Now, of course, we have the titular character of Archie, who is voiced by J. Michael Ronstetti, who does very good. And I think he's pretty cool. Now, if you see closely, Archie's hair looks kind of like a mullet in a way, and actually it does look like one, as a matter of fact. Then, of course, there's Betty Cooper, voiced by Lisa Korstein. She's a good character, of course, sweet and funny and what have you. Then there's Veronica Lodge, voiced by Allison Court, after recently appearing in Sesame Street Presents Follow That Bird 2 years prior. She would later go on to do voice acting work in numerous tunes, where she voiced Lydia in the Beetlejuice cartoon, as well as Jubilee in the X-Men animated series, and numerous others, and also as one of the gals who played Lynette on The Big Comfy Couch. Unfortunately, however, Veronica uses the dialect of an archetypal, sorry if I mispronounced the word, Valley Girl. Unlike in the Filmation series and the radio series of Archie, she has a Southern accent. But hey, I was fine with it and what have you. Then, of course, we have Michael Fantini voicing Archie's hamburger-loving buddy, Jughead Jones. Yeah, he's still funny and what have you. Really, really funny. You can't go wrong with that character. Next up, we have Sonny Benson Thrasher voicing the ever-popular rival of Archie's and prankster, Reggie Mantle. Now, actually, he had recently, supplied voices for the two theatrical Care Bears movies before this, as well as My Pet Monster, which actually premiered the same year. And the same with the Garbage Pail Kids tune, which unfortunately was dropped before it was even shown. He had also appeared in live action form, appearing in Canadian studio Nelvana's live action series, The Addison Twins. But anyway, he retired after lending his voice to a later produced series, Ultra Force. But anyway, as Reggie, I think he does exceptionally very good job. Voicing the principal himself, Mr. Werribee, is Marvin Goldhar, who passed away back in March of 2002. He was well known for voicing Bronto Thunder and Bonehead in Dino Saucers, as well as Cedric Sneer in the Canadian cartoon The Raccoons. He also had recently done voice acting for the Star Wars cartoons of Ewoks and droids. He later went on to do work in other cartoons. Some of those were from DiC. Amongst some of those include Alf Tales, the animated Alf, Maxie's World, Beverly Hills Teens, which actually premiered the same year as well. Even the other series, the Care Bears, Rupert, Cops, Babar, the Police Academy animated series, Jim Lee's Wildcats, The Magic School Bus, Little Rosie, Jim Henson's Dog City, and yes, even My Pet Monster, just to name a few. Or so many. But yeah, he's pretty good in his performance. While Linda Sorensen voices Miss Grundy. Now, of course, she would later she was also part of the Care Bears TV series as well. Now, she has done numerous films and TV series. Let's see. Yeah. Of course, she also had lent her voice to some other cartoons, like Beverly Hills Teens, for example, and even the Popples animated series. She also appeared on various shows, including 30 Something, Murphy Brown, Newhart, and plus a lot of others and what have you. But anyway, yeah, pretty good. Now, apparently, wait. There were two more characters from the Archie series in this. There's Big Moose, voiced by Victor Erdos. I gotta say, Big Moose is really funny in this, in my opinion. But even though I think I liked him in the Filmation series, but this one comes right up there, though. And Big Ethel, voiced by Jasmine Lausanne. I hope I'm pronounced that, but if not, apologies. Although, unlike the Filmation series, not going after Jughead too much, but she's still around him, though. Now, unfortunately, one character that's missing from the series is the brainy Dilton Doily, and was apparently replaced by a kid who kind of looked like him, but is an African American kid, and his name was Eugene, voiced by Colin Waterman. I will say Eugene's a pretty decent new character. Same can be said for his girlfriend Amani, who is voiced by Karen Birthright. Yeah, they were pretty good. Two great new additions. I felt that was pretty good. Excuse me. Also introduced in the series was Archie's dog, Red. Now, Hot Dog was in this as well, but unfortunately looks much more different than what I could remember from the comic books and the old Archie tunes from Filmation. But anyway, the series proved to be so good in my view, but unfortunately, like most shows, it was short-lived. Now, this was one of 3 new shows to come on the NBC lineup, along with the animated Fraggle Rock and the game show I'm Telling, which of course was also produced by DiC, along with Saban. Now, unfortunately, I didn't watch NBC's lineup much. I mean, even though this Still, even though I probably did catch the gummy bears though, but I probably didn't see much more. But I could be wrong though. No, I probably was a Splitsville from me because I was watching CBS most of the time, unfortunately. But anyway, after I finally got to watch this after seeing bits of it years back, I will say this is pretty good in my opinion. I feel like it's a little underrated though. The series developer was Kimmer Ringwald, who also was one of the few writers on the show. The show also has a great theme song as well, which is so awesome and cool. Which of course it was done by Haim Saban and Shuki Levy. Of course, Saban, of course, was executive producer with Andy Hayward. Now, after an overall total of 13 episodes were produced and aired, the show ended on December 5th, 1987, but continued to be rerun through the rest of the season. Now, each episode had two cartoons, so overall, there will be an overall total of 26 cartoons produced for the series. So, anyway, I really think the new Archies it's really something. I just feel bad I never took the time to watch this show as much, even when I was a kid. I'll give you a brief look at the characters. Now then, here's a look at, well, most of the gang. There's Betty, there's Archie, there's Rocket, and there's Jughead. Now you see what they look like as preteens, just in case you never saw the show. Here's a shot of Archie along with Eugene, and there's Reggie. And sorry I had to give you a real good close-up of it. Here's the whole group with Big Moose, and you see a Mize there right by Eugene. Now, if you're familiar with the big guys, you will know Mr. Wereby and Miss Grundy actually mostly look like the same from the actual comic books. Well, I think Mr. Wereby's more close to the way is the one that's closest. We do see Archie's dad, Mr. Andrews. I think we see Pop Tate. I think a time or two. I just went through this series like crazy. Anyway, I think the new Archies is such a good show. If you're into the classic Archie series and you didn't take the time to watch this, I think you should. Now, after this, Deke would later go on to do a live action Archie film called Return to Riverdale, I think it was called. I have seen that film, which starred Christopher Ridge, who later went on to star on TV's Reba. I know he did some other stuff before this, who played a grown up version of Archie. Yeah. And years later, there would be another Archie animated series from Deke in the form of Archie's Weird Mysteries, which aired in syndication even after they had recently done Sabrina, the animated series for ABC. But I'll talk about that in the future TV log, though. Now, this is a series I would definitely recommend you check out. So, give the new Archies a shot. Oh, but wait a minute. I didn't tell you if it was on physical media. Actually, no. Well, now it has been released on video cassette before. Unfortunately, it's not available on DVD. Now, can you find it on somewhere like YouTube? Well, you could find it, but not too many there. There used to be some on here. That is until WildBrain took over DHX Media, which is current owner to the which are now the current owners. Yeah, WildBrain took over DHX, the previous owners of the Deep Library. But to stream it somewhere else, no problem. There's lots of streaming services that do have the new Archies. You can find the full series on Prime Video, Pluto TV, let's see, the Roku channel, and let's see, yes, and Tubi. And probably several other streaming services. So I'd say you'll have no problem in finding the new Archies. Enough said. So that's gonna do it. What did you think of the new Archies? Did you ever see this when you were a kid? Oh yeah, I almost forgot. Now the show did later get rerun though. It later got rerun on the Family Channel pre-Freeform in the early '90s, and then later on Toon Disney in 1998 and ran until 2002. But after that, it has never been seen again. So streaming is your only chance of seeing this show. So what did you think of the new Archies as I saw it? Let me know in the comment section below. If you like this video, click the like button, subscribe, and be a part of the Big D Nation. Continue to help support my channel. Make it grow and tell your grow how. Let me start again. Make it grow, make the views grow, etc., etc. You know the rest. Tell your friends about my channel, give them to know me. May they like to be a part of my Big D Nation. Share my vids with your friends if you like. And stay tuned tonight. I'll be giving you a spoiler-free review of Sinners. So if you like this, check out the first 3 parts of my recently revisited Saturday Morning TVLog on Filmation's Archie series. The upper left-hand corner is the Archie show from 1968. The upper right-hand corner is Archie's Funhouse, where I talk about the 1970s series plus its Funhouse precursor from '69, and the later new Archie Sabrina show from 1977, which I did find there are episodes on YouTube of that now. I didn't know that until just then. Or go to the bottom left-hand corner and see Archie's TV Funnies from 1971, and the bottom right-hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe if you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., as well as the Saturday Morning TV Log, then I'm your guy. Thanks for watching, and next week's Saturday Morning TV Log is the Barclays. So until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.